Hey everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I just finished the last of my hay and straw sales for today, Sunday. Can you believe we are in November? You see this? We are going to get a good dousing of some winter weather tonight. The weather is turning. It is a high of 42 today. It's probably about that right now. And we're a couple hours still before dark. I figured good midday, come out and see what's going on. We are working on our last hay harvest. I've been making some videos, squeezing in what we can. I tell you, this was a year of bad weather for the bees, for the haymaking. If you heard me talking about buying a tractor, oh my gosh. His tractors are so complicated to start. They've got pony motors that start the main motor. So I keep wanting a little tractor of my own that might be a little more modern. And the trouble is, gas tractors take a lot of fuel, and he'd prefer me to get a diesel tractor. And little diesel tractors, especially John Deere, are very hard to find. I prefer to get a loader on the front because I'm hand shoveling lots of stuff around here, manure and whatnot. So let's change this view here for you. He is baling hay. We've been cutting this over a couple of week period. He came out here with no gloves on. You do it long enough and you get cold, even with the heat of the tractor. I'd been looking to get a heat houser for him, and it's a good thing to get this time of year because you can get it on. But like I said, with the pony motors, it's very difficult because it doesn't have a special door, even though you can get it for, you know, 720s, 730s, anything like that. Just about any tractor made. It's called a weather brake and heat houser. So if you're looking to stay warm while you're doing snow and cold tractoring, that's the way to do it. It just kind of, it's a canvas canopy that goes over the front part of the tractor, and it redirects the temperature, any heat that the engine is making, back towards the operator of the tractor. So this is called an open station. It doesn't have a cab on it, not even a canopy. So you can get them with like a plastic poly wind shield, and then you have to order little side shields separately for it, but real handy to have. Now on this tractor, it's roughly about $400. With the side shields, it's probably going to get up to about $450. So nice to have. But oh, he's been putting off. He's been running the 70 tractor a lot, and it's a little different for each model. So if you can get one that's good for several different models, like, you know, we're running back and forth to different tractors, makes it a little more useful. So I kind of would like something with a canopy for myself, but those canvas canopies are real cute on a tractor. Like my father-in-law's got that International. It's so pretty. He needs to get a different color. I'll lift these up and pull them out if I can. We had round bales out here a couple years ago. This is from a square bale. I can tell because it's a thinner string. Much thinner string. So I know he said, I think there were 14 rows here to bale up today. And this is going to all be cow feed. What do you think, Murdoch? It's kind of green.
Yeah.
Doesn't look any worse than the stuff that we cut a couple months ago even. It's got green. It got rained on and snowed on a little bit right after we cut. But nothing terrible. Not, you know, well, we did have one day where it rained for just over 24 hours straight. It was pretty bad. I'm gonna get up on top of a hill here. But I just want to feel this for the temperature. I didn't bring my moisture tester with me. I had a little trouble with it. Oh yeah, it's nice and dry. When you go through with the rake, sometimes you get a little fresh green grass into it also. But there's still some days where it'll grow. You've got to be very careful. It's touchy this time of year. There's so much grass in here, in this field, more so west of us in the section that we cut earlier this year a couple of times. That was a lot of alfalfa. This has alfalfa in it too, but the grass really dominated, and there's a lot of sandy areas where these hills are. See, look, he cut this with me just the other day, and it's real nice and green, and it's drying out. I'm surprised. 30 something degrees the day he cut it. I think it was 35. So it's drying up, but this is what he's talking about, round baling all through here. He got that all raked up this morning. Got it ready to go. He's pretty efficient with it, but that's why I want to get a tractor, so that I can be out here running this stuff. And it's a lot different if you've not run a tractor, especially these older tractors. For selling hay, you're not making much money. It's a lot of labor, and that's why I want the older tractors. Keep it little, keep it simple, keep it fun. Don't go into debt for the farm. This is basically my job, besides taking care of the children and the family. But I'd like him to be able to retire and just do this and not incur any debt in the process of doing it. I looked at a real cute 1010 John Deere with a loader on it, and I sent him to go look at it after the fact. Called the guy and let him know we were coming, and that tractor would not start. Then the guy tells him, oh, it's got a clutch problem. He starts looking it over and finds out the loader on it wasn't even a John Deere loader. They just put a John Deere number on it and painted it green. It was actually New Idea, which is real on the cheap end. So not a lot of honesty going on with that. He said he was going to get the clutch fixed. Between me looking at it and him going, it was a week, and he didn't even touch the tractor to even bother to put a battery charger on it. And I said, I'm not buying a tractor that's not going to start and hope it's going to go. And then it was a newer tractor, 3-cylinder instead of a 2. Found out that you have to split the tractor, the front end from the back, to get to the clutch, and that dealer knew that, and he was just hoping, oh, this lady's just gonna come buy this tractor and hope that her husband's gonna fix it. And he can fix it, he just doesn't have the time to do it. And I said, I'm not gonna go spend our money on something else that needs work. Yeah, there's why. Finding some strings. He had some bales here from January. He was out here fiddling around, and he never got out to pick them up. It ended up snowing. He went through here with the tedder and just blasted them. And then they just get pulverized into this. No troubles. Another reason that Dodge does not get out here very well. And I've got a trailer that has had a big machine metal brake sitting on it. So that's why I want a loader. Not just for that, but to get jobs done around here that I'm tired of waiting on, that need to get done. I got Murdoch out here with me today. I sent him over with some gloves ahead of me. It's hunting season, and all through here, that's our woods, and our creek is over that way. We have hunters over here a lot, and they'll sit over there. My apple orchard is just beyond this hill, and they like to sit down there and try to get the deer down in the corner, hoping we're not going to know about it. So, didn't want him to go by himself. Got him out a coat with some red on it. I don't have any hunter orange, being out in the middle of an open field. I really didn't think it was totally necessary. But people get shot on their own property, and they get shot trespassing, and they get shot going out hunting. There was a local guy went out hunting on some state land over by Langsburg, And that's not too far from us. He didn't come home for a couple of days. I guess this was, it must have been late last year. Anyways, they found him. I don't know if they ever found his vehicle there or not, but they found him dead. Somebody had shot him while he was hunting. So, not a good situation. You don't want to send these kids out anywhere where they're going to be in danger at all. We've got public roads, you know, all around us. This is a public road right here. And boy, you'd be surprised at how fast people go down these old dirt roads. And chatter bumps, they are bad. If you're not familiar with chatter bumps, that's when it's just bump after bump after bump. And you get going over them fast enough and your car just floats. I remember I was about a junior in high school. This boy I went to school with that was a grade ahead of me smashed his car so bad. And later on when I heard the story, he said he was going over the chatter bumps thinking that he was riding on the top of them, but his tires also didn't have any direct contact. He went right off the road, hit a big old oak tree, and had that oak tree. He had like a 98 Oldsmobile, the old style, with the great big long hoods. Those things were boats. And he's lucky because it saved his life. His parents could not have handled a loss like that. You know, losing your kid their senior year of school. They'd almost lost their younger son. And that was a hunting accident. So, you gotta be careful on these roads. But, you gotta do what you can to keep them safe. So I keep the kids off the road. Keep them in the middle of our field so they don't get shot at. I'm gonna have to invest in some orange caps. A lot to go and get them all little vests, but all that high visibility orange, if it saves your life, it's paid off. Well, there he is. Murdoch's gonna run and keep up. It's an interesting day. So the weather said, back to that, 1 to 3 inches tonight. And you know, it's different in different areas. I was trying to pull it up on the radar and it wasn't going hour-wise far enough ahead. It's supposed to start at 1 in the morning. And he's got these tractors that are going, water pump issues and whatever. We've been trying to winterize everything. Look at that guy. Look at that sky. Ugh. So I've been making some space in the garage and making space in the barn. I'm going to be able to get 2 or 3 tractors parked inside before it snows tonight, and hopefully still get time to get all this hay picked up and put in. So, good thing I went ahead with that hay wagon last week and got that all done, because this is all going to get picked up with that stack wagon. It's pretty handy to have. Jack is nuts. 40 degrees, he's out here with nothing on. Just a t-shirt and a long sleeve. I got my good winter coat on. I'd much rather have that. I picked this up at Tractor Supply last year. It's Bern, and it's B-E-R-N-E, I think. But it's real handy to keep a girl warm. And I ordered it in tall so that the sleeves would be long enough. And even on me, I'm 5'11". This coat is still big. I think I went with a large because I have a hard time with kind of falling between a medium and a large. If you're medium, all this stuff's not, you know, made for modern sizing or made in other ways, and you can't compare a woman-sized medium to a Asian lady's size small. What are you guys doing? come on back. But anyways, if you need a nice warm winter coat, this is my second season with it. I got it last year after my last coat. I kept having trouble with my zippers, and this one has got buttons and a zipper. It's got the inner flannel, and the thing I like about it is it's got this tip-up collar in the back. That wind starts going across that farm, and I get plenty cold. It just blows right across the field, across the road, and then all up into our yard, so we get all that snow drifting. It's time to start thinking about that snow drifting, actually. I haven't done all my winterizing with the bees yet, and I was thinking I should probably put up some snow fence, and we have the snow fence already here. It's just that they're so heavy. He keeps taking the Dodge, and he'll park it at work and drive the work truck back home. Right now, that's been our only vehicle. So the hard thing is trying to get that snow fence out to the bees. I know I can do it with a wheelbarrow. Got some welding to do on my awesome yellow cart. I was overloading it with grain and stuff so much and letting it sit out that it was sitting near the corn trailer, and where the corn had gotten wet from holes in the tarp, it was running out and getting on my cart, and it was so acidic it literally rotted everything out in the front handle mechanism where it attaches to the frame. So he's got to torch out and cut the old square tubing and weld in a new piece so that he can get it all back together for me, or just go buy me another cart. But you know us, we're always fixing everything. It's hard to commit to spending money when you know you can fix something. So we tend to let things go for a little while and just get to it eventually. You know how that is. I'll fix it. Sometimes I just think, yeah, it's not worth fixing. All right, we're at the creek. We got to cross over and not fall down. I showed it before. We just cross over on these big stones, and right now, 2 of the stones are underwater.
I just jumped.
Woo! That one's covered in moss, and it's slippery. My boots are worn out. They've got holes in them. And you don't have boots on, sir.
Yeah.
Well, on that first one. Oh, you're so brave. This is how we cross our creek. We go up this little deer trail. We made it.
Yeah.
Here's another reason I need a tractor. The bulls pushed this right up to that fence over there. My husband grabbed it and rolled it over this side and rolled it down here on its end. But he had these great big stones. I know you can't tell how big they are, but that's a big honking stone. I mean, these are over 100 pounds. He pulled them out with chains so that he could brush hog along this fence. And it's pretty handy to have. But now they're stuck there because it's hard to get through all this mess. Here's my shortcut. The other side of this trailer got so grown up with thistles. The finish mower that we got, I ordered a new belt for it, and it kept throwing the belt. He'd tighten it up, he'd throw the belt again. It was a mess. So all this area needs a lot of mowing. It'd be nice to get one more mowing done. The company sent me another belt, but it just gets frustrating. You're just like, yeah. With all these boys around, I've been keeping them to work with the mower, the push mower, to keep things mowed, and we just do, you know, an area at a time. And if I'm lucky, 2 guys will mow in one day, and then maybe we can get more done. But right now the leaves are on the ground and the frost doesn't dry off for a long time, so it gets to be hard to get any extra mowing done. But like here, where I feed them, this is tall. And that's hay grass. It's got big clumps that stick up. All the seeds come off of the tops of the bales as we're feeding them, reseed themselves on this ground, give them a little bit of food. I just gave them oats. I don't know what the deal is. Thanks, Murdoch. Let's see, this is some last year's hay that we're trying to use up. Just this one bale, okay? Oh, I hear little kids. People start to come out, which makes it hard for Mom because, you know what? I'm trying to get that garage organized, and the kids have a parking spot, and it's under the pallet shelving. They've been putting all their tractors and bikes away with the idea that they're put away for the year. That's enough, Murdoch. Empty out my pockets of all these strings I brought back. Murdoch, will you make sure that little guy has got a coat on? George always coming out without a coat on. Trey's with him. Trey's a good babysitter. He looks out for his little brother a lot. Murdoch, he's a great babysitter. Everyone else just kind of goes off on their own. He takes care of things. He's a good manager. I don't know what I would do without these boys. Having that little baby. Not so little, he's 2 now, but oh, he's a handful. He's a handful. But those big kids make it so that I can come outside and do stuff like this and do all the chores that I do, because oh, it's a team effort here. You know, one way or another. Sometimes people say, oh, where are the big kids? How come they're not helping? Well, sometimes it takes 2 kids to babysit. And you know what? Even Bethany, she's a handful too. She likes to get into stuff. Ooh, there are some mats around here of some kind. Yes. I'm liking whatever's in this hay. I've got a project going on for these cows that we should be able to work on soon. After the hay's done, we're going to make them a feeder out of a fuel tank containment. That's why the round bale feeder isn't in there. You can fill a round bale feeder with these square bales, but they were pushing it around. It wasn't anchored down in any way. And on the first side of the pasture, when it was just one big pen, we had a post set down into the ground, and you'd put that round bale and the feeder on the post so it wouldn't go anywhere. That was a good, handy way to do that. Really need to bring a rake down here and clean this all up. There's a lot of stuff on the ground. Got to keep up on these guys. It's 3 feedings a day, and it's usually dark about 4:30. So, I'm sorry, 5:30. I don't know what time it is where you're at. Most time zones always goof me up. I think we're considered Eastern time zone. All right. Happy cows eating some food. Well, happy cattle eating some food. This is all the steers. But it's been so wet the whole year. It's just terrible. So I have to feed them close to the fence. They don't want to get zapped. They line up and they poop all behind them and pee while they're up. They've been sleeping out there. That's all piles of poo. As soon as they get up, they have to relieve themselves. So this area has just been a mess. They walk along here. It's just a big soupy swamp. And of course, You know I'm always leaving the hose running. It's all downhill. I'm going uphill right now. And I probably am going to have to give these guys some water still today. I've been trying to not do it too soon so they don't get algae in their tank, because it is a lot of work. Yeah, they've got algae in their tank and they're low on water. So we'll have to get that out. The girls got plenty of water still. It'll take them 2 days to drink that down. But the calves, I like to keep it tall, the water height high for them so they can get in there and get their drinks. But all happy eating. They got their oats first. Now into this. Reminds me, I had a bale sitting here for them for bedding. And it's supposed to get real cold. Go through here with a mower if you had one narrow enough and bale this right up. I've been thinking it would be really good to make a chicken tractor just for this dimension and run it along here so that it can get fed. I think it'd be a good idea. I saw a neat design for a PVC chicken tractor. But, you know, right up there, that's a hay trolley, the line that goes through the barn. That hawk sits up there. That's my chicken pen. It's all grown up with weeds right now from not having chickens this year. But I found in a chicken tractor, if you have too many, they start killing each other. And the year I tried it, I did it with straight roosters. And those roosters got after each other so bad that I finally decided one day, every time I was moving the chicken tractor, somebody was getting a broken leg, hurt, injured some way, and the rest of the flock would attack them and kill them. So I'd end up with 2 or 3 dead. Now, you start with 100, 200 chickens. They get big enough, you have to divide them. Each one needs more space. And then, before I knew it, I didn't have hardly any chickens left. Well, then they started fighting, and they were still too young, like immature. Not like the age that you would have to worry about them fighting. But they cannibalized each other like crazy. Whew, shut this place up and get on to my other work. So no more chickens and chicken tractors, and the free ranging didn't work. I decided, well, if they're just going to kill each other, I'll let them all out. I went outside the next day, and half my roosters were dead. The raccoons, all these old maple trees around here are hollowed out, and they got a buffet. Bethany, it's not warm enough. You need pants too, okay? No, I don't want you to get sick. Got a little girl around here who thinks she's a ballerina. Got lights. I've been trying to get this area ready for a tractor. And I've got some old potting pots here, flower pots. Look at this. I keep filling this up every day, every other day. There's little chipmunks. They dug that bottom one out and they pushed it all up. Most are just going to have to go to the shed. I've got work to do. I've got sunflowers over there. I've been trying to work on that for a month, but these things are slow.
Mommy?
Just this has taken me like an hour, and then I start sweeping out the leaves. What is it, honey?
Did you know the ants hate cinnamon?
I do. That's why I have that cinnamon.
Oh, well, I don't know where do we have that.
In here from my beehive.
Yep.
Well,
If you're having a picnic somewhere with nuts and bring cinnamon, because ants hate cinnamon.
yes, they do.
A.K. Sand hates cinnamon.
So this is my project for the rest of today. Before dark, the tires ended up here. He pulled them in all off of the side because he was worried that they were going to get stolen. I don't know. This tractor's been sitting here since like August 16th. I came home the day the Suburban broke, and it was parked here. Well, the tractor he had parked here has been used and parked in the barn. So all these have to get hauled out, and somehow I have to build a ramp to get them up there. And I just don't know about that, but I can at least get them as far as the fuel tank.
And if you want to have a picnic, remember, just bring some cinnamon for the ants.
Okay, we'll bring cinnamon for the ants.
Yep.
Thanks, Bethany.
Yep. That's why we...
So this is the job I've got to get to, everybody. I suppose this has gone on long enough. I'm sure you probably don't want to watch me clean out the garage. So, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Hey, Mommy, can we have a picnic on the concrete? Yeah, it's okay. I can spread this away. I can put this all away and picnic blanket.
Got things to say. All right. So, Bethany, tell everybody goodbye.
Bye. See you next time.
And I almost forgot, which is why I didn't hit stop. There is a sale on our Etsy shop for the maple syrup. There is a coupon link in the description down below the regular Etsy link, and it says syrup 20, and it's for 20% off any maple syrup. Order as much as you want, put the coupon code in, share it. We're happy to sell it. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
And ants hate cinnamon. Bye.
You're funny.